there, Laura Wilson here. Today I'm going to be starting a project pan, and I've decided to do this because I have developed a big interest in makeup in the last year or two from watching YouTube, of course, and my collection has grown quite a lot and I'm really enjoying it. But I have found, after watching a few project pans and pan my palettes and declutter sessions, and I went through my makeup and had a look and inventoried it, found that there were things in there that I'd forgotten that I owned. So I wanted to go through my makeup collection and make sure that I'm using what I own, and I'm not buying things that I already have. I'm not doubling up on things because I've forgotten I own them. So I decided to have a go through my collection and find the stuff that maybe was getting a bit older and I haven't used for a while, and I wanted to see whether I still wanted to keep it or do I want to declutter it. Has it been so long that I don't even remember if I like it or not, or do I want to give it another go? So that's what I'm doing today. So I went through my makeup collection and I will just show you what I have found. Now some of the things aren't old, like the L'Oreal Fibre Lash, the X Fibre one, where you have stage 1 and stage 2. This is one of my latest mascaras, but I really love it, and it's starting to dry out a little bit, so I want to make sure I use it up before it goes too dry to be used, because I've got really short stubby lashes and mascaras don't really do a lot, and this one made me feel like I had some lashes, so I really like this one. So I'm going to use that one, and I've got the Pro Concealer LA Girl in the shade Light Ivory, and this one's quite full. It's only up to about here, but when I went through my makeup inventory I discovered quite a lot of concealers, and I need to use some of them up and stop buying them for a while. So I'm going to be using that. I can't use this one under my eyes because I've got lots of wrinkles under my eyes and things, and it's a bit too thick for that, and it's also the wrong colour for that, but I can use it for concealing around my face. And I'm going to be using up the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. Now this one, I actually started project panning a month ago, so it was up to about quarter when I started, and now it's only up to here, so there's not very much in it. You can hear that there's not much in there, but I thought I may as well finish that up. I do actually like this setting spray, so it's not that I'm using it up because I want to get rid of it, it's just that I've got a few setting sprays and I need to make sure I use them, so I'll use that one. And the other one, the Rimmel London Perfect Match Silky Loose Face Palette in Transparent. Now I want to use this one because I've got a couple of other powders, loose powders in my collection that I want to get to as well. So before this one goes off, I want to finish this one off. So you can see it's up to about here. So there's probably about a quarter left in there for me to use up. And my e.l.f. Sheer Lid Primer. Now it's impossible to see how much is actually in here, but I've been using it solidly this month and there isn't that much left. I'm going to have to start scraping the sides soon, but I want to finish that off so that I can try the next one. I don't mind this product. I hadn't actually used a eyeshadow base before, so this was the first one I've ever tried, so I want to try some different ones to see if there's anything I like better than this. And another mascara, I'd forgotten I had this one. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic, and it's getting old. The writing's wearing off it, but it's got a really nice wand on it, so you can get those bottom lashes, and I've got like 3 bottom lashes and they're really short, so it's quite hard to get those. So this one does a good job of that. So this one's nearly finished, or if I haven't finished it soon I'm going to need to throw it out because it's getting too old, so I want to make sure I use that before I have to throw it out. And another is a blush that I want to use up. It's this one here. Now I can't tell you what this is because it hasn't got a name on it, and I've had it for so long, I have no idea. As you can see, I've already hit pan on it, but I just want to use it until I either decide that it's too old to use anymore, and you can't really see it very well as a swatch because it's quite a pale pink blush, but I use pink a lot in the winter, and here where I live it's winter, so because we're in the southern hemisphere. And I want to use this BYS liquid illuminator, strobe, and this one's quite nice. It doesn't have lots of glitter in it, which I like. It's just nice and shiny. I don't know whether you can see that. But I'm down to about here in it, and it's starting to get a bit old, and I've got other illuminating liquid illuminators in my collection that are newer, so I need to use this one up so I can start using the other ones as well. Profusion Face Palette is going to be my palette that I'm going to use up. When I went through my collection, I discovered that I had quite a few neutral palettes, and I decided maybe I should declutter some, but then so, well, you always need neutral colours, what's the point of decluttering them? Some of the things that I brought were because they were on special, and I impulse buy brought them. So I decided that I needed to declutter some of my neutral palettes, and this was one of them, and this is the oldest one. And I wasn't sure how much I liked this one because when I first bought it, I hadn't used highlighter before, and I hadn't used bronzer before. So when I first used the bronzer in here, I thought, oh no, I don't like this at all, and I didn't use it again. And then when I put the highlighter on, it just looked like a strip of glitter on my face, and I didn't like that either. But now that I have been using makeup a lot more and learning a lot more from YouTube, I know how to apply it properly, and I've got the right brushes to apply it now. And so when I thought about decluttering it, I thought I'll just give it another go and see if I like it or not. And so when I started using it, I actually do like it. You can see I've hit pan on quite a few. When I first started this a month ago, I'd only hit pan on this one. I hadn't hit pan on any of the others. So this is the highlighter here, and it's just a nice champagne-y highlighter. You can't really see it to give you a swatch. And that's the bronzer. So I'm wearing that highlighter today, and I'm wearing that bronzer today. And it's got two brow shades in it, but I'm not going to use those because this palette is quite old, and they're a cream, and they're full of eyeshadow. So it's a bit of a fault in the palette, and that the creams get dust on them from the eyeshadows and the powder products over there. So I'm doing pretty well on this. This one will be really easy to use up because I use that all over my lid and as a highlight. And this one's a good transition. And because it's winter, I've been using quite a lot of pink. So today I've got the pink on my lid, and I've got this one as a transition, and I've got the bronzer to deepen up the transition a bit. And the very dark brown, I may not get through because just about every neutral palette I've got has at least one, if not more, dark colour, and I don't wear dark colours that often. So if I use these three and these two up, I'll be perfectly happy. If I get to the point where it's only this one left and I decided that I've had enough, then I will stop with this palette and try something else, because I don't want my other things to get too old while I'm trying to use up that one. So for me, I would get bored if I just used the same palette all the time until it was used up. So what I'm going to be doing is doing a weekly or a 2 weekly or a monthly, depending on how my mood takes me and if I need a change, makeup basket. So I'll go through my makeup collection and pick out things that I want to use with my Pan-Net palette and Pan-Net product items. So that's where I am at, and I will see you next time. Bye.